Today's video is on how to maintain the Sun filters. First thing we got to do is take it off. You simply pull on the lever here straight up and now release it. And of course you even want to make sure that it's unplugged first. So to remove it, you shimmy it a little bit after you pulled up the lever, and it leaks a little bit, so you want to put it into a little bucket. Now it gets that under control. Where you choose to maintain this is up to you. I would think the kitchen sink is the best place, but I am restricted from using that, so I'm going to be using the bathtub. Okay, now you want to take the top off by lifting up the sides here. Starting with the dark parts first. Doing the side parts. Oops. Kind of hard as a one-handed operation. So there's two parts of the maintenance. Part of it is the motor and the UV light. And the other part's the actual filter. As you can see, that's 6 months of filth built in there. So we've got to clear that out. First part here is you want to gently twist the glass. It's twisted till you hit the ends here, and it's a counterclockwise spin. And you kind of shimmy it back and forth, be very gentle, because these are not built that well. I have removed the glass shield and cleaned it, made it spotless. Now we're going to take out the old UV light, simply by lifting it straight up. The real model numbers, these things are kind of tricky. Got the new one here from a local fish store, but you can buy them from Amazon or eBay for about $11 each. I bought this for $20 at the store because I forgot to order it. You don't want to touch the glass when you install it, so just pop it in with the cardboard still on. Now these are polarized, so you want to make sure it's plugged in the right direction. So I'm going to plug it in for just a second, make sure the light comes on, and it works. That's all we need to do. Again, don't want to expose yourself too long to UV light. Now before I put this back in, I put some silicone grease all inside and outside to save you a headache from the future, a removal what you do the next time you do maintenance. I learned this the hard way because all the calcium was built up on my last filter. When I tried to pull it out, the plastic and the glass separated, and I had to get a whole new filter because of it. Okay, I just twisted this off with a quick spin. It can be a bit tricky, but be very careful so you don't break off little plastic fins here, which can break off. I'm going to pull the filter out, or the motor. I wiped off all the grease and grime, then put in some more silicone grease along the seal and on the motor itself. That ensures an easier reinstallation and removal in the future, and a quiet operation while it's running. So I have the motor in like so. The blade's aimed up, otherwise it won't fit at all the other way. Get this aligned. So I lined the pins with the holes, did a quick, well, I'd say 1/32 of a twist, and it goes back in place. Notice how it's level here, so you know you did it right. Now it's ready to get put back in. Now I'm also going to grease the pump area here along the sides and clean it off first so that this part doesn't get jammed up or corroded. So now the disgusting part. We're going to take this apart. This is peat moss that I use in the filtering. It absorbs a lot of the stuff that makes water heavy. Now you got about 4 layers, 4 or 5. This here is the medium that holds the bacteria, so you want to keep this under water constantly. So we've got a bucket here ready to go for that. So here I have the filter media out and ready to be rinsed off. I just do it in the shower to reuse it and save money. And then this stuff is the type of foam that you use to fill furniture and teddy bears and stuff like that. I'll show you the package in a second. Now that I've cleaned off all the media, I'm going to go ahead and put it back. If you notice there's a little circle there, like a circle stain, that'll help you with the alignment. Since the water is pushed into the very bottom and then filters from there on out, we start off with the coarse filtration first, followed by the finer filtration. Any chemical treatments, in this case to be by peat moss. This is where your carbon would go. But my warning on carbon is that you have to go at least every 4 months changing out the carbon, or else start releasing toxins into the water. That's why I don't put carbon in my canister filter, and I'm able to go 6 months between cleanings. And if you notice a foam on the top, it's called polyfill. You can buy it real cheap on Amazon, and you can use it multiple times. Well, I mean, you have to throw it out, but this bag goes a long time. So you can see here I'm keeping the filter media where the bacteria grows underwater, protected. I moved this back right in front of the aquarium empty because it's a lot easier to move that way. And now I'm going to go ahead and start filling it up because it makes it dramatically easier to get started again after it's been off for a while. A couple pointers here. Notice that I cleaned the edge where the seal goes so that it doesn't leak. And I made sure these were properly aligned, otherwise the top will not lock it in place. If your top does not lock it in place, it means something's out of alignment. So go back, take it apart, and make sure everything fits in just perfectly. I got the top back on. I'm going to go ahead and put this down, make sure it's pressed away, and this should go down very gently without any problems. Now make sure that you dry all around it so that once you get started you can check for leaks. And you won't confuse moisture from the cleaning cycle to an actual leak. Also, you want to put a net on the spill out from the filter, because when it gets started after it's been off, usually it spits out a bunch of crap for a little while. That's standard, it's what they do, it's what all canister filters do. Nothing to be worried about, it will clear out in a couple of moments. So you can see it definitely kicked out some grime in there. Caught a lot with the net, that's just the fine stuff. It'll clear out in a couple of hours.